Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another banging video. So, if you're new, you know the do. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now in this video, yes, we're back on that VMA Bandit lawsuit against Jay-Z. Things have been pretty quiet between Roc Nation and Tony Buzbee for the past 24 hours, but I know that come tomorrow, or maybe the next 4 days tops, there's gonna be something new in that case. I bet you. And I'm gonna call this early out too. I'm gonna call the case is gonna be thrown out. I'm gonna tell you why the case will be thrown out. So let's get into this video. Now, also, I did a video reacting to Candace Owens saying she did her sniff test. And as it relates to this lawsuit, Jay-Z is innocent. And I cannot understand why is it that people are saying Candace as sold out? Do you guys realize who you're talking? We're talking about Candace Owens, the woman who called out Bibi Netanyahu for a genocide. Come on, guys. Candace Owens is highly intelligent, extremely smart, well-versed, very educated, and she has a extremely educated fan base. She's not going to lose any fans over this. As a matter of fact, they're going to appreciate her authenticity. She's very authentic and very good when it comes to these. Remember when she told us that nothing will come of that case with Andrew Tate? She examined all the details and there's no evidence. And many people were telling her the same thing. She's talking, yeah, she's crazy. Yeah. Andrew Tate and his brother, Tristan, they have been vindicated. The case has been sent back to Romania for the third time. Not enough evidence to prosecute. As a matter of fact, no evidence, I should say, to prosecute. So, when people talk about Candace Owens and telling me, oh, Candace Owens didn't say that. When I upload a video, that's the thing with many people on YouTube. They don't watch the video. They assume they know what you're saying when they don't. And that's not okay, okay? So let's watch the video before we comment to avoid miscommunications. Because once I see any miscommunication in the comment section, I'm going through and I'm deleting all those comments. So it has to have a seamless, transition through the video and the topic. You can always comment about something else. You can always share information on something else. But when you're saying that I'm saying something that I didn't say in a video, those are the comments that I'll be looking for and delete. I don't even care if you agree with me. Once your disagreement is respectful, that is okay. I don't care if you agree or disagree because I do believe in difference of opinion. But what I don't appreciate is when people saying that Candace is going to lose followers for what? This girl father is saying no such drive happened, and he's sure that if he drove that distance, he would have clearly remembered it. Now, many people believe that her father sold out. That's not making any sense. Parents do sell out though. They do sell out. Many parents pimp their kids. Take for Kris Jenner, for example. So many parents are even worse than Kris Jenner. But in this case, what the father is saying, that drive never happened. And to back up what the father is saying, the fact that she has so many inconsistencies in her case, it could be no mere coincidence that the father is saying that drive never happened and then coupled with so many inconsistencies. So you know that the father did not receive a settlement from Jay-Z as many people tend to believe. No, that's not the only thing. Jay-Z would never pay the father a settlement. If he was going to pay someone, he would have paid the VMA Bandit and then off with the case and say, you know what, you're going to drop the case and I'm going to give you this money. Remember, Jay-Z's out here paying people, allegedly, to step forward and sue Tony Buzbee. And I do believe in that allegation against him. I definitely 110% believe that Jay-Z is actually recruiting people, including Houston Police Department, to pull Tony Buzbee's criminal record to get in touch with those victims. Because if you have a criminal record, that's pretty much a done deal. as it relates to a lawsuit. And hence why when Little Miss Susie stepped forward and sued Tony Buzbee, I said, I can't vet the venereal disease portion of the lawsuit, but busted lip, chipped tooth, she has a police record, she has medical record, dental record, and a police record, so that portion is accurate. No, critics believe that it is so shady, it is so dirty of Jay-Z and Roc-Nation to bring up Tony Buzbee's past against him. And I'm like, are you guys listening to yourselves? Are you listening to yourselves? You're telling me that abuse is okay if it's Tony Buzbee, but it's not okay if it's Jay-Z. Do you realize that's literally what you're saying? Do you realize that is literally what you're promoting? It's not okay. It's not okay on Jay-Z's end. Abuse is not okay on Jay-Z's end. It's not okay on Tony Buzbee's end. And where there's evidence as to something happened to someone, it should never be ignored. Never ever, because this girl is saying, yes, a police report is there, and TMZ is saying, oh yes, the police is there, and she's telling us that she has the medical record and the dental record. And I believe that anyone who wants to find that police record, it's there. I mean, Roc-Nation is ensuring that you all can find that police record. They're dirty. They're slimy. Roc-Nation, honey, listen, I wouldn't want to go into battle with Roc-Nation. Honestly, they're highly manipulative. And I told you guys that Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're bullies. They are literal bullies, okay? So, let's get into what we were here to talk about. Jay-Z's attorney clearing Diddy on this lawsuit as well. No, this is not a new strategy. As a matter of fact, if he clears Diddy on this, it means that the case has to be thrown out even more. And as such, I'm looking back into the details and I'm going through and I'm saying, you know what? This case is going to be thrown out of court, and here's why. Here's why the case is going to be thrown out of court. Tony Buzbee is a scam artist. Yes, he is. He has been telling Alex Spiro, Jay-Z's attorney, he's going to submit a telegraph test and all of that. We know that is not accurate. Anyone who knows the history of, not telegraph, but polygraph, I should say. Anyone knows the history knows that even in crime, even in these cases, it's never accurate. We saw Kris Jenner lying on national TV on the polygraph, said that she's telling the truth. So that is one main example right there that we can use to know that, it's not factual. No. In the case, what Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, is saying to Tony Buzbee, you're saying you've got evidence. So what Alex Spiro did, he submitted a letter to the court, instructing the court to advise Tony Buzbee not to destroy any evidence that he has. The reason why Alex Spiro is doing this is because he knows that Tony Buzbee has absolutely no evidence. And if you're an attorney that lies in a lawsuit and say, I've got evidence, and you're not able to provide that evidence, that is like a criminal activity that you're committing there. And as such, you're saying you have evidence, which means that you're fabricating information against someone. And as such, Tony Buzbee will be sanctioned. Not only sanctioned, he's going to get this case thrown out as well. Now, what Alex Spiro is arguing is that, Sean Diddy Combs, there's evidence. Sean Diddy Combs has evidence, not just evidence. He has alibi of being at two separate locations, and those two separate locations he was there for after party. So he was at Twirl and the Lotus nightclub in New York City. He had someone with him. We know that J-Lo was with him. There was camera inside the buildings as well, because that is how the Daily Mail was able to pull back the images. So the Daily Mail is showing us, hey, Diddy was right here. And Diddy was caught in a spot with J-Lo, his girlfriend at the time. So the time that the young lady is claiming that, remember, she's not saying that she met Diddy. Remember, the first indication that we could see where she was lying was when the lawsuit was amended. She had the 9:30 p.m. because at that point when she said that she was taken to the venue at about 9:30 p.m., Diddy was elsewhere. He was at the award show. So her time wasn't corresponding. So what they did when they amended the lawsuit, they removed the time from the lawsuit because that was one of the major red flags that she was telling a lie. If the time was taken out of the equation, there was nothing to argue. But Alex Spiro is not even using the petty details. He's using, okay, Tony Buzbee, you say you have evidence. We're asking the court to advise you and request that you not destroy the evidence that you told us in the lawsuit you had. Also, in the lawsuit you said your client was going to submit a polygraph test. We are still waiting on the polygraph result. Not only that, you said that someone took you to a house, one of Diddy's men, where Diddy was having an after party at a house. But Diddy was at 2 nightclubs. Make no mistakes. Diddy loves to party. And no one else in history, based on my research and recollection, loves to party like Diddy. So Diddy, one nightclub was not going to do it because maybe he was there in those nightclubs looking for potential victims because we know the guy is innocent. He's not. But as it relates to this specific allegation, Diddy is innocent on this specific allegation. So too is Jay-Z, because Diddy was there with J-Lo. He was at Twirl. He was at Lotus nightclub in New York. He was, hitting up the spots. He loved to party. And, we don't know if he was on pink powder at that time, but it seems as though he has always had an habit. So maybe it was some other recreational drug that he was on at that time, coupled with some alcohol. So you know that his energy is going to be high. He's going to be out there like a jaguar, searching for the baddest thing. And that's the energy that Diddy always gives. But on that night, what this accuser is saying never happened on that night. Now, I know that you guys said look into 2003, still not placing Jay-Z anywhere near. 2003, what we saw was a all-white party at the Hamptons, and it's still not placing Diddy there either because listen, if I'm remembering correctly, right, the VMAs was hosted in August. I think it was something like August 17th or 18th, and the after party was hosted like the following day or 2 days after. There's even a video of Sean Diddy Combs asking the little girl, are you coming to the after parties tomorrow? And the internet has been saying, well, that clip hasn't aged well for you, Diddy. Even though you were joking, it still didn't age well. So you know that the VMAs party in 2003 did not happen as the same night as the after party as the victim is claiming. So that would clear Diddy and Jay-Z again. Now, in 2003, Diddy was with Kim Porter. There's some evidence placing Diddy at the Hamptons at the all-white party in 2003. His mom was there. Seems as though, man, his partner in crime, his literal partner in crime was there with him, his mom, Kim Porter, and there were quite a few other people there. So for 2003 after party, Diddy still has alibi. He still has video evidence of his whereabouts. So as such, in order for the case to stick, you have to be able to stick the two perpetrators at the scene of the crime. The scene of the crime cannot be found. That's okay because those things happen. So it can happen where the scene of the crime cannot be found, or should I say the scene of the alleged crime. In this case, it cannot be found. But that's okay because those things, they do happen. But the thing that you have to be able to prove is sticking the individual whereabouts, and their whereabouts has to give the sense that, yes, this is where they were, and this is what the accused, remember, while she may have a few details incorrect, yes, this is where they were. However, the evidence that is available to us, and you all can see all of this information. It's really no rocket science, really. So the evidence that's available to us is proving that Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z is innocent in this. Let me reiterate in this case, okay? They're innocent in this case. Now also, what Jay-Z's lawyer is saying is that, the accuser version of events, and the teamwork evidence, it's just not collaborating. It's not, and it is so true. And Tony Buzbee is, and this is how you know that Tony Buzbee is not a decent man as people think he is. I think that he's highly manipulative as well, but I believe that Jay-Z's manipulative tactics beats Tony Buzbee in this case. Now, this is how you know Tony Buzbee is highly manipulative, because something happened and it's not looking good, right? His case is not looking good. But instead of him taking accountability, because it doesn't matter if a case was sent to you by a legal team, and it's not new for a legal team to send a case to someone. Maybe they're looking at saying, Tony Buzbee, he's the one that takes those shady cases. And I do believe that what happened is that the first law firm that she went to, after she gave the statements, they were like, this is not collaborating for us, but we have someone that we're gonna recommend you to. And as such, they recommend her to Tony Buzbee. And I believe that Tony Buzbee got some documents. It seems well put together, and he just went ahead with it. But what he's doing is refusing to take accountability, to say he didn't do his work. He's saying the investigators that he hired, the law firm, but he's not acknowledging that he didn't do proper vetting of the information. He's admitting, yes, that there are inconsistencies, but he's not acknowledging and admitting that he was wrong, and he's not taking accountability for what he did wrong. And as such, this is why the case will be thrown out, because the timeline, the location, the occurrences of alleged events in the plaintiff's complaint, it's impossible. It's impossible to had happened by Jay-Z and Diddy. There could have been an after party elsewhere that she attended. Someone could have tricked her and said it's Diddy, and someone may look like Diddy, someone may look like Jay-Z that was there, but Jay-Z and Diddy, it's impossible. The timeline, the location, the occurrence of events, it's extremely impossible. And that is why Mr. Alex Spiro is going to get the case thrown out, and Tony Buzbee is going to lose this one. Also, he'll end up getting sanctions against him because there are too many stipulations against him. He has missed too many things at this point for an attorney, and he's refusing to take accountability. He's lying about having evidence, and he's withholding the evidence in the case, and that should not happen. And the attorney, Alex Spiro, has been asking him to bring the evidence forth, and he hasn't done so as yet. And as Alex Spiro has been asking him, what is taking so long? And I want to know too, what the heck is taking so long? That should give you, a run with the case. And the mere fact that he's not submitting that evidence, he's a damn liar, just like Jay-Z. But Jay-Z is, the bigger liar here, and Jay-Z is really good at it. Not saying that Jay-Z is lying about his whereabouts or his innocence, but in terms of manipulative tactics, that's where he's coming in. So I hope that this makes sense to you all. And if it doesn't, it means that you're not paying attention. No disrespect. But if it doesn't make sense, it means that you're honestly not paying attention. But that's all I have to share in this video. Let me know your thoughts. Thumbs up, stay safe, and see you guys in my next video. And also, can't wait to see your feedback in the comment section. Peace.